Hey, what's going on, guys? Bot Mentality here with another Bitcoin chart analysis for you. And today is September 3rd of 2018. And we have some interesting action going on again here today, guys. Continued consolidation. And let's just jump into it. And I'll show you what I'm seeing right here and how I'm going to be trading this momentum we're seeing. So first, I want to go ahead and jump into let's do the 15-minute. Okay, so on the 15-minute, we'll go back to yesterday and what's kind of led up to today and to this point. So the first thing that I want to point out is the fact that we had this. Let's go for the ascending wedge first. So we had an ascending wedge right here. You can look at that. If you just draw a line, let's say at 7,315, will give us the cleanest line. 7,315, and with the low here sloping up. I'm just connecting the bottom of the candlesticks here on the bottom of the chart. As you see this uptrend, we had a higher low. Get this here so you know exactly what I'm talking about. We had a higher low right here, higher low right here, higher low again, and then another higher low here right over that $6,250 area, which makes sense. You know, we kind of bounced off that. This is the pattern that we were looking to break up. You know, the bulls were looking for us to continue to consolidate and break upwards over that $7,315 level, and the bears were looking for us to break below that. And as you can see, we did break below that and retrace. But the main point is, if you look at the chart from right here, guys, if you look at the chart from right here, it looks like we are continuing to consolidate, and we have a pretty good chance of breaking through that 7,300. Now, yesterday I pointed out many things wrong with the daily chart as far as bearish signs. But so far, and this is the time frame when I was looking for this to take place, which was right now, okay? But when you draw this ascending line here, you'll see that, or this bottom of this ascending wedge, you'll see that we broke down below it. So at this point, I was expecting, you know, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, you know, strong bearish momentum. I was expecting the shorts to go ahead and rip back up to the previous highs, longs to absolutely bail as they've been downtrending this whole time on the Bitfinex long chart. And I was looking for that bearish momentum to take us down to at least, you know, anywhere between the 7,050 and the 7,100, you know, $7,150 range. That's what I was looking for initial pullback. What did we get? We barely even pulled back here, guys. We barely even pulled back. If you look over here on that right side of the chart, pretty much right here, that was very unsatisfying, and it wasn't even on very strong bear volume. If you look here on Coinbase, you see the bear volume right there. If we jump over here to Bitfinex, you know, there is no, there's a serious lack of bear volume here on Bitfinex. Look at it right there, okay? So, which is very interesting, and you're trying to figure out, well, why is that? The reason being is because the shorts covered, they covered a little bit into this pullback, so there wasn't as strong as a bear volume here. Whereas on Coinbase, it was, you know, there was stronger bear volume because, you know, you can't short on Coinbase. And I apologize, my phone just went off there. Let me go ahead and mute this for you guys. I know I'm just messing up today, man. My bad. All right. So in order to go ahead, we'll go ahead and continue this. Make sure I got it on silent. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So here we got. So yeah, so that's the discrepancy between Coinbase and Bitfinex, and that's why we didn't see the similar bear volume on this yank. Now, if we were to go ahead and change this, instead of an ascending wedge, you were to look at this, let's say on a lower time frame. Well, actually, no, we can do it on the 15-minute, and you were just to connect some highs, right? Let's see, connect essentially some of these highs right here. What you're going to find is that if we go from the top of this wick down, right, run through the top of those candlesticks, essentially what you're looking at here is you can see another way to look at this same pattern, this sort of wedge of price action we're seeing right here. No matter how you drew this, your bottom line would have been the same. And what you would see is that as soon as we broke this line, we saw an increased volume to the downside. And that also correlates with the $7,250 level, which again, you want to keep an eye on, you know, the whole and half dollar marks that are easy for people to remember and set stop losses at. So that's why we saw this volume come through. It broke this bottom line, then we headed down. So from here, okay, so from here, essentially what I thought is, yeah, we'd see a lot of bear action. We'd come down, maybe bounce a little bit, but retrace down here a lot. We did not get that, and it was pretty weak bear volume. What we saw instead was an instant reclaim, an instant a scoop of the lows right here, guys. We saw an instant scoop of these lows down here, with the low being, you know, 7,000, the exact $7,192.99. We scooped with the bears, or excuse me, the bulls came in right under 7,200. We scooped that. We saw a higher high set just for this pattern right here. Saw a higher high set, a higher low set. Okay, lower high, higher low. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna go ahead and break up. I did buy when I saw the discrepancy in bear volume between Bitfinex and Coinbase. I did go ahead and I had a buy in here at 7,215 for a partial size position, thinking, okay, maybe we might see something back. You know, see something back when we saw the previous parabolic, the first one. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. give you a good example. We might see something like this right here. This right here, where you see we broke down. Everyone thought that was the end. We found our legs. We got some support, broke back up, consolidated, and ripped. I thought we might do something like that with this recent price action when we broke down right here, but we did not see that. Instead, we saw a reclaim. We saw that range set. So I got long at 7,215. I was watching it for a little bit, and I said I'm not going to go to sleep on this. I don't want to set a stop loss that'll market me out, and I pay commissions on this. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and take it off. So I went ahead and took it off and went to sleep. I took it off for a small profit in this area. I went to sleep, woke up, and when I woke up, we were seeing a surge up here towards that $7,285 level. I pretty much top ticked this, which I'm pretty disgusted to admit. I'll be honest with you guys. It was a limit order, so I did not mark it in, but I'd rather do that than stop buy over the $7,305 mark. So I went ahead and got in right there. We saw a little bit of consolidation. If I drop it down here to the 5-minute, you'll see that we had the high of the range set. We pulled back down here to lows there of the $7,259. So set a lower high right here, higher low, lower high. Was that even a higher low, man? Yeah, a little bit of a higher low right there between those two. That was when I saw the equilibrium pattern looking to break up. We didn't break up, so I went ahead and stopped out there in the 7,260 for a very small loss. So that's a situation that I thought we were going to go ahead and see the rip. So now, what is it? We're essentially stuck in a channel, if you want to look at it like that. We're essentially back in the channel, guys, and we don't know exactly where this is going to go. Here's what I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. I would just look at it as like I said, like a channel. We have the low of the range, which is, let's just say 7,200. If we break below 7,200 again, is when we should see extended, bear momentum, at least to the $7,130 level. And of course, the higher the range is 7,300. This is the channel we're trading in. So, if you're looking to scoop here during the lows and sell the, mid channel or sell high channel, you can do that. If you want to short the top of the channel, you can, but this is what we're looking at. So for me right now, I'm having no more entries within this channel. If I'm going to buy, I'm going to focus on a stop buy over here over 7,300. Of course, I'm watching it. I'm watching the level 2, keeping an eye on the volume, and I can get out, for, if anything, a very small loss if we do stuff, or I can go ahead and catch the rip that'll make up for, today's losses, and then go ahead and bring me up on the day, very significantly, even if as long as we rip, the 7,400 at least. And I think this is the scenario that would freak the shorts out, that would take everyone by surprise if we manage to rip up to highs after all the bearish indicators on the daily chart. So that's my focus right there. I set a stop buy over that level just in case we do rip up. However, I'm not taking any more bets. I tried my little trade down in here. It didn't quite work out. One worked out, one didn't. So for now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to watch. Let's just watch and see what happens. As far as just for this chart, the bottom of the range, if you're long into this, hopefully you have a better average than 7,200. If not, that's the level you need to be watching. You could even move it up a little bit if you wanted to watch at 7,215. You can even move it up a little bit here and just say like you're just going to do the 7,250, which is what we're finding support on right now, that $1.50 level. You can do whatever you'd like. Me personally, I got alerts set at 7,200, 7,300, and then 7,285 if we start to test the previous high over here at 7,291. That's what I see right now in the discrepancies between these two charts. We saw an unlikely strength come in on low volume that managed to keep us over the 7,200, and I think that is significant, and now we are currently range bound. Let's jump over to the Bitfinex long charts. I'll show you what I'm seeing there. Now, if you look at the 4 hour, you saw that we had a previous low here on the as far as the accumulation of longs, and we broke that yesterday as we broke down through this level. So longs lost their high, higher high pattern. They lost that. Now they're setting lower highs. So longs are selling. We are not seeing accumulation right here. The only reason we're staying up this much is because if you jump over to the Bitfinex short chart, you'll see that, remember they had this explosive momentum up here yesterday, explosive momentum that brought them up 52%, slight pullback as they covered, which caused us to try the test, the 7,300 level multiple times. Go to the 15-minute. The reason why we're supporting that 7,300 is because the shorts were slowly taking off right here. See that? We slowly down traded. The shorts were covering, supporting the 7,250, 7,200 level. They were supporting that. They even pushed us back up to 7,300 a couple times, and now they increased their position. And heading into this morning, they increased their position again. They're covering a little bit. So we're pretty much at that breaking point. We're either going to go up or we're going to go down, or we can go sideways, which is the most obvious thing to say. But at this point, it's more difficult to find an edge. You look at the daily chart, we have multiple bearish indicators. Look at the intraday chart, things aren't exactly going as planned for the bulls right now. But I'm staying constantly vigilant, and I guarantee you if we see a parabolic over that 7,300, I will be scooping that. and then we'll see about that. So that's pretty much those are my thoughts on the chart for right now for today. If you go to the daily on Bitcoin, just keep in mind our RSI levels. We are due for some consolidation or retracement. Look how high we are. Look at how many times we topped out here at the around the 65 RSI level. We're very close to the 70 on the daily without much of a retracement so far. It wouldn't be bearish if we retraced and made a higher low on the daily. But I do think it would be necessary. It is necessary, and we're waiting for that. Whether we rip a little bit higher before that happens and test the 7.5 or 7.4, or we head back right now, I'll be ready for either scenario. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, but if we do break down, I want you to know the areas I'm going to be focused on is going to be the 7,000 right here, the first pivot low. I'm going to say 7,130, which is a pivot low over here, because I think if we had enough bearish momentum and we broke these highs, we see some stops. So this essentially the people who set a stop loss under the 7,200, which is that channel I said I'm going to be focusing on, it's probably going to drop the price down at least towards through the 7,150, and we might touch this area. So I might have one order here. The next level under that is going to be the $7,050 level is what I'm going to be focusing on. And I do want to see oversold levels on the RSI. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to me on Twitter or comment below or shoot me an email. I'll be happy to get back with you. If you're interested in joining my private Discord, let me know. There's information on my Patreon for that. I also have a newsletter service I send out every day where I send out this technical analysis and break it down in more terms and also jump into altcoins as well. And that's pretty much it, guys. And also, if you're interested in a mentorship program, I do have that. And there's information for that on my Patreon as well. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. You have a great rest of your day. Continue to control your emotions and learn how to trade like a machine. Develop that bot mentality. I'm out of here. Deuces.